Hey, welcomes, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys are having a great night. We are here for a clan war against All In. It is going to be a two diamond, two masters clan war, and I'm joined by my co-caster here, Salavanth.
How's everybody going? So since it is two diamond, two masters, we will be going through the map pool. Get each map doing it once. We're just figuring out how to decide the first map now. Rise is suggesting we veto to one map, and we've got a pretty good roster today. Some of our good diamonds, some of our good masters, and All In is a very, very powerful clan themselves. So I look forward to these games. Should be very good.
Yep, and we also have I think, a good variety of races, if I'm not mistaken. So we should have at least a Terran, Protoss. I'm not sure if our other diamonds Zerg or not, but let me go ahead and just quickly check.
Snowy is a
Oh,
Protoss.
oh, Snowy. Okay. All right, so we're just going ahead and choosing our map, our first map.
Who's actually leading the clan war on our end, by the way? Is it you?
Yeah, I'm leading Clan War.
I guess you're on veto duty then.
All right, so we have all players in the party, so we're just waiting for them to choose a map. I decided to just give them the first map choice because
Well, they don't seem to have taken it that way. They seem to
oh,
have taken it as first choice of veto.
okay, all right. So I guess we'll go that. I'll go that. So Terran Lord.
It's a ZVT. Yeah, I don't know what maps are good for TVZ.
So I think on the Terran side, maybe a Catalyst, because I feel like that's a pretty good map.
It does have a lot of chokes and stuff.
Yeah.
God knows I had enough trouble with lurkers on that map. So it does seem like it would be good for a siege tank style of play.
Oh, okay. So Ribby actually banning Blackpink here. Terran Lord is Neon, and then Ribby says oh yeah, Boardwalk is
Already
like
vetoed.
yeah, it's like one of the number one vetoed map because I think like most people don't like it.
Yeah. Whenever I veto, I always save Boardwalk for last, because my opponent might just veto it for me.
Yeah.
That's why first people think going first is an advantage, but in vetoing it's actually a disadvantage.
Ah,
Because you want to have as much information as possible when making your own choice.
right, right.
Because your opponent might just veto the map you were about to veto, and then you get to pick something else. And our TVZ will be on Odyssey.
Yep, it seems like both players have finished vetoing, and we're down to only Odyssey. And Odyssey and I think even Abysso has been the map that most people are familiar with. It's been the map that was in the last season even. So both players should know the layout of the maps and where like Reapers could jump in and out, stuff like that.
Yeah, it is a pretty standardized map at this point. Though it can still do some shenanigans just because of those gold bases. I don't like Odyssey just because of those golds. I have to watch out, make sure that they're not being taken too greedily.
Yeah, that gold is like kind of like a gold mine for Terrans because they usually are more mineral heavy composition. So
Well, it's not easy to defend, especially in the later stages of the game. It's a lot easier to defend than some golds are. If you
yeah,
can take it as your fourth base and it's not too aggressive, it's not too greedy. It's
definitely.
actually almost preferable to the other fourth base in some ways.
Yep. All right. Looks like we're in our lobby here. Looks like we're just confirming if everybody's ready. Our first players are Terran Lord and Risby, and it's going to be on this Odyssey LE here.
I think it's meant to be ribeye.
Oh, Rabbi, yeah. Ribeye or Rabbi?
Definitely ribeye, as in the steak.
All right. We'll just address him as Ribeye. If
It's just
anyone,
like, look at it. It's just rib eye.
yeah, Ribeye.
I have rib. Not sure why ribeye steak is called ribeye. Maybe they've got like that round thing in the middle from the bone.
Mhm. Now it's like making me hungry now. All right, here we
But
go.
here we go. It's a cool portrait from Terran Lord.
Ah, yeah, for sure.
Purify Phoenix.
Got that yellow gold look on the eye.
Yeah, I like it. I like Ribeye's one as well, but I see that like all the time. So
Yeah, Carbot.
I do like the Carbot ones, but they're not particularly striking because they're so cute that they're used all the time.
Yeah, you want to get like a more intimidating portrait, you know?
Oh yeah. And here we go. In the top left, we're presenting Team All In, named after the famous commentator himself. It is Ribeye. And in the bottom right, representing Psionic Aftermath, it is the self-styled Terran Lord. I think Valerian might want to have a word with you about that. Well, he might not care. Arcturus would probably be a lot more pissed.
Alright, we used to have some words for these between these guys.
Both sides basically out competing to say who's the worst at this matchup. So it should be interesting to see who comes out on top.
Yeah,
Which might mean losing the game based on the current dialogue.
Alright, looks like our Zerg player is gonna get an expansion, so pretty much hatch into gas and into pool, so going for economic opening here from the Zerg, and let's see, what do we have from the Terran here? Just a normal standard from Terran here. You think he's gonna open Marine or Reaper here?
Well, based on the amount of gas being taken, it kind of looks like a Reaper, but he could also go for a very fast factory, so I'm not quite sure. Actually, based on the amount of gas, I'm going to guess Marine into factory.
Oh. It's gonna be a Reaper here. I was
I don't
actually
understand Terran builds very
I was
well.
like thinking like maybe he might go Marine because that he's placing his barracks for the tech lab or reactor. I'm guessing the reactor to drop down, so he could have gotten the Marine and then get a reactor and then factory afterwards. But instead, he's gonna go for a Reaper, and I'm actually liking this decision by him because this I guess this map has 2 openings for Reapers to jump in and out.
Oh yeah, I definitely prefer the Reaper. If you're not playing one, especially if you don't go in... Oh, he does go in SCV Scout, but even so, without the Reaper, you're playing a little bit in the dark. Which is always just a tad risky.
Yeah, you want to scout and get as much information as you can.
Maybe pick off a drone, depending on how things go, force the Zerg to be paying attention, get a count of their lings so that none of them come across the map and surprise you. Reaper can do all kinds of things.
Yep, and looks like he's going to go ahead and poke in, and let's see what damage he can get. Queen is not...
Ribeye has 4 lings, so probably
Yep.
not too much. The
4
queens do
lings.
come out.
Just in time. And Ripeye's actually, his overlord is parked right above the command center, so he should be careful as the Terran Lord can actually make a Marine and snipe that down, but I think it should be safe. He's gonna make a Hellions instead.
Is safe for the meantime, yeah, but if a single Marine came out, I'm not actually sure if that Overlord could make it to safety in time.
Oh.
It's now heading away, so it'll be okay. Overlord just heading across the map to scout for future drops as a third base is taken from Ribeye. Ooh, drone goes down to the Reaper. Reaper gets in a nice spot, but it will be caught by the Speedlings in the end. But that's pretty good. You don't really need the Reaper at this stage of the game anymore. Ribeye's a little bit oversaturated as main. So in a way, Terran Lord actually helped him out a little bit there.
Yeah.
And the Reaper gets sent in to scout, will be killed by the Overlord, but it will see everything in the meantime. Sees no... The only thing it won't see probably is this starport unit, but he knows it has to be a Viking or a Liberator because it has no add-on on it. And he will see that it's a Hellion opening.
Yeah. Good
So
thing
he
is
sees basically everything he needs.
oh yeah, the good
Go
thing
on.
for Rabbi is that he made an extra overlord, so he's not going to be supplied back from there. And look at the surround by the lanes. Get one,
Oh
two
no,
Hellions.
that's not good for Terran Lord at all. Trying to get some damage done, but instead the Hellions are forced to run. Oh, excellent splitting of the Lings by
Oh
Ribeye, and he just crushes this. That is
wow.
some great speed and control right there, and he's going to go across the map with this, and this could be really hard to hold.
Yeah, that allows the the Zerg player to get map control and be on the offense instead of the defense.
Yeah, forget map control. He's just going to straight up go for it. There will be 4 Hellions out just in
Oh,
time.
will this be enough?
Oh, no, I don't think it will. Not with the 4 Hellions. He's got some better micro this time around. Look at him wedging those Hellions into that gap. He will lose, actually, maybe even all of his Hellions, but he has enough to hold. He just needs to attack with the SCVs, actually. Oh, but there's Banelings on the way.
Oh, it looks like he's deciding whether to actually go in or not with the Banelings.
Oh, he goes in now just when the Hellions come out, which may not be a great timing for him. A couple of Banelings will get sniped. 3 Banelings get sniped by the Liberator and they blow up, but they don't actually kill anything. Bit of indecision from Ribeye keeps Terran Lord alive and in this game.
Yeah.
And now it's 28 workers for Ribeye to 26 from Terran Lord, which is actually quite good for Terran Lord, though. Ribeye about to take the economic lead once again. Those mules count for about 8 workers all in all. So it's about even economically right now. Hellions will lure these Zerglings, almost all of them, to their deaths. They go in for the last Hellion, and they do actually get it. But even so, that's just like an even trade, 4 Lings for Hellion.
Yeah, but I think that early attack, getting the 4 Hellions and then going into the natural of the Terran and getting even additional Hellions, now he's just down to only 3 Hellions. And he's behind right now in terms of the supply, as he's 61 to 47 so far.
And since the Terran is going for bio instead of mech, that means that he didn't really want to make any of these extra Hellions.
Yeah, that's true.
But he didn't want to be making Hellions 6 minutes into the...
But think about it, if the Terran Lord had like saved all those Hellions and got an armory and made all those into Hellbats, that would have been a really strong push.
With the Roach Warren only just now finishing, that would have been devastating.
Oh, yeah, actually,
but
yeah, I didn't even
Ribeye controlled very well, prevented that from happening, and he didn't need his Roach Warren at that stage of the game, I guess, because he'd killed so many Hellions. It wasn't just that Ribeye was going to make it at the same time, no matter what happened every game.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised to see the Roach Warren instead of Hydralisk Den, which is much more popular these days, but he's making 11 Roaches, so it looks like he does want to commit to that, as well as Roach Speed. So it looks like Roachling Bane is going to be the move of choice. The reason people don't use Roachling Bane these days is because it's about as vulnerable to siege tanks as the Hydralisks. Oh, hold that thought. 5 drones going down to that Liberator in the main base. While Hellions go into the natural, taking out even more drones. Only 3 drones there, but they will all be roasted. Queen's tickling away at that Liberator, doing what they can. Liberator repositions a bit. Will it take out that Queen? Is Ribeye watching? Yes, it will take out that Queen, actually. Just surviving. Oh, that's very bad for Ribeye and his economy. Terran Lord now with an economic lead.
Yeah, what a way to come back.
You have a lot of roaches, but there is a siege tank and 7 Marines on the way, as well as +1/+1 combat shields, everything that Terran Lord needs. As I was saying before, the problem with roaches is that they cannot shoot medivacs, which is the main reason that Hydralisks are so popular now and why Mutalisks were so popular back then.
Yeah. Oh, we actually have some Overlords being misrallied here. 3 of them.
Oh no, that's 3 Overlords. That's terrible. That's supply blocks.
Maybe
even more, you're right.
5.
But will he see it? Oh, I don't think he sees it, but will Ribeye react in time? He needs to get those Marines over there and kill them.
Oh, man.
Oh, but they do run away.
Thank God.
At least Ribeye's got some good vision, but yeah, that's not good for him. 3rd base is on the way, going to be landed, but a 4th base is already done for Ribeye. That's the saving grace for him as he does throw down this Hydralisk Den and gets tunneling claws, which could do a lot of damage if he can split those roaches up among the different bases of Terran Lord and then unburrow them for maximum carnage. Burrow is already done.
Yeah,
and he's making more roaches.
There's not even turrets around Terran Lord's bases, so this could actually do a lot of damage if he splits correctly.
Definitely could, but there is a double drop on the way to that 3rd base. Remember what I said about roaches? If Terran Lord is on the ball, he can just pick this up if anything goes wrong, and he won't have any problems at all. But Terran Lord Ribeye does see this, So Eternal will simply deny the watchtower to him, and then may very well end up coming somewhere else instead of the third base. Because there
Yep.
are roaches here. 2 spines on the way, or 3 spines on the way. Wow, reacting quite heavily to this drop.
These
Does not.
overlords, though, it keeps
Oh
getting
yeah, they
misrallied.
just. It's weird because the army units don't appear to be rallying that way. Just the overlords.
Oh, we have the roaches engaging into the marines.
He does have some Hellbats with him. Those are going to have to be forfeited, but he does manage to pick up with most of his units and just get out. There are Hydralisks out now, so we will have to be a little bit cautious while the roaches move across the map. Probably going to... Yep, they're burrowed. They're going to do their tunneling claw shenanigans. But this queen will go down. Terran Lord could clear up a lot of creep, and he does. There is some Hydra Ling, but is it going to be enough? Actually, all these Lings go down, and these Hydras actually can't really fight against the Stim Marines on their own. Terran Lord just going to move forward, but he does back away. But in the meantime, I want to see what happens with these roaches. They could just unburrow under the tanks if they wanted to, or they could just go straight for the natural, which it looks like they're going to do. Oh man. Oh, this could be nasty.
Oh man.
I think he's going to split up these roaches, or he might just unburrow them all. Yep,
yep,
he's going to do it.
Oh man, this could be really nasty here. Let's see how much SCVs he get.
Dun-dun.
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 Dun-dun. Dun-dun. And here we go. 7 SCVs already going down. Unburrowing at the main. 14 SCVs go down. 18, 19, 20. Oh my god. It's carnage. This is not safe for workers. If you're an SCV, look away. This is not the kind of thing you should be seeing. Even Snipes' siege tank has this ramp which is just so strong. Scans to get rid of a few more roaches, but 23 SCVs down. The damage has already been done, and even more of them are heading towards that third base. They're not going to get anything done because there's so many siege tanks there, and a missile turret being built. But here we go. Maybe some friendly fire will get some of these SCVs, and actually it does. 2 SCVs do go down, but that is all that he will get. Even so, Terran Lord is down to 30 workers, but he has 100 army supply. He needs to go. He needs to attack. This is his best chance to get damage done. It looks like that's what he's doing, unsieging his tanks, and he's going to go for the counterattack. Will Revi be able to hold? That is the question. And Terran Lord's not actually going. Maybe he's just waiting for that last set of bio units from the main base.
Yeah, maybe. Or you just want to clean up the rest of the roaches. There's still 3 in the main, so he's got to clear that up.
Could be. But time is on Ribai's side right now. It is 34 workers to 51. Ribai has 4 bases. Terran Lord, well, I guess 3 bases to 4 is sort of okay, but not indefinitely. Terran versus Zerg is kind of in a weird place where the Zerg kind of should be like half a base ahead.
Yeah.
In that if Zerg has the extra base for too long, things begin to shift in their favor again, but it's okay for them to be ahead for a while. 15 Hydralisks and 6 Roaches on the way. Roach Hydra, the composition of choice for Ribai, but that's a composition that fades off pretty hard later in the game. Now this is not a maxed out composition, but it is pretty high in supply. Ribai is evened out the army supply, but remember a lot of that is Roaches, and Roaches are very strong, but they're very supply inefficient. So the supplies do not really tell the full story here. Where is this army? It is near the third base, so it is going to have the opportunity to flank the Terran Lord if Ribai tries for it, but he's not. He's just going through. Oh, he's got the burrowed roaches to try and get under the tanks. Terran Lord's wiser for this, though. He doesn't seem to have a scan, but he knows that the roaches are going to be unburrowing there.
Oh, man.
The tanks mostly go down, but the bio is untouched. The roaches and hydras just get obliterated. Terran Lord just has too much. There is no AoE for Ribai, and this is why you really need Banelings as a Zerg. The bio is just too strong without any ability to attack multiple targets at once. The Roach Hydra fading off fast later in the game, and everything is just going to die. Terran Lord has double the supply, and it looks like he's just won this decisively in Ribai GG's.
Oh,
Terran Lord bringing the series up 1-0.
Well done by Terran Lord, and it was also important to note that Terran Lord actually had 2-1 upgrade while Ribai had 0-0, so was very behind on the upgrades.
Oh yeah. A lack of splash damage and the lack of upgrades definitely allowed Terran Lord to take this game. That's why the only composition in ZVT that didn't really involve Banelings was Roach, Ravager, and Fester. Corrosive Biles provided a little bit of splash to tide you over until the Infestor came out with their burrowed fungal growths. I must admit, I think it's a pretty good idea that they were removed. Was a terrible Zerg player, and Burrowed Fungal Growth was always my crutch in ZVT.
Ah,
And my practice partner at the time was always so frustrated at it, and I can't really blame him. It's just like, oh, you didn't scan or you don't have a Raven with your army? Oh, suddenly half your Marines are dead to 2 fungals and you can't move away. You couldn't even see them. It was pretty nasty.
yeah, we have those moments. All right, so let's see what's going on in the chat as we wait for our next player from All In. Score is currently 1-0 in favor of Psyx, as Terran Lord just beat Ribeye. Zeta Ling asks how long is this series? And Sushi got it. Best of 7. Because it's 2 diamonds and 2 masters.
And it will be an all kill, so we'll be seeing Terran Lord again in the next game.
Yep.
We just need to see who All In's next player is.
Alright, so Ribeye just left the party, and we'll see who. Okay, so their next player is actually logging on now.
Alright. We shall see who Terran Lord ends up facing. Good first game from him. Took a lot of damage from Harass, but kept his cool, did the counterattack, and in the end just had the superior armor composition after. In the end, Marine Marauder Medivac tank beat out the Roach Hydra, especially with the upgrades.
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea from Ribeye for the Roach split, but I think.
Oh yeah, it had a lot of good things going. It just didn't have the army to support it back at home. Like if it had Infestors or something, that really would have helped out.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because he had a lot of Marines in this composition, so the Fungo would have definitely helped.
And we are going to see another TVZ.
Alright.
As Abilene is a Diamond 3 Zerg himself.
Ooh, nice. I love TVZs.
It is a good matchup. Always a lot of stuff going on.
Yep. Just like last game, there was a lot of action going on throughout the map.
Lenny's been having just a little bit of trouble in TVZ.
Oh, how much percent is he in that matchup?
17.
Oh my god.
He has a 3 wins and 14 losses this season against Terran, so
wow.
clearly they're giving him fits this season. So we'll have to see if Terran Lord can hit upon that weakness of Lenny's. He's got a really good matchups in CVP and CVZ, but CVT just seems to smash him right now.
Oh god.
Oh.
If I had that winning percentage, I would go in the corner and cry.
Yeah, that's not good. If I go down to like 40% in a matchup, I start wondering what the hell's wrong with me.
Yeah, at that point you just like try to go for looking for a coach or a mentor or something.
Yeah, exactly. You just hit the books, go back to studying.
Yeah. All right.
I guess Lenny hasn't found the answer just yet. Maybe he does have an answer and he's just working on applying it now. Maybe that's where those 3 wins coming from. They could all be. It could be 3-0 recently. We don't know. We don't know the full story. So let's see how Lenny goes.
Yeah. We'll see if he can change his fortunes in this clan war here.
And remember, 17% still means you win 1 time in 6. I've seen a lot of 6s come up on a 6-sided die.
That's true. Yep.
It can happen. 17% isn't 0. Far from it. In the upper left, representing Psionic Aftermath, 1 win up, looking for a second in another TVZ. It is the orange Terran Lord. And in the bottom right, representing All In, it is the purple Zerg. It is Avaleni, which we'll probably call Lenny for short. Little bit of shit talking going on in the chat, as both sides look to start building their forces up.
Yep.
Gas first from Terran Lord, which is, I believe, the same thing he did last time, so we're probably going to see the same build. I mean, why not? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yep, I have to agree. If it's working, why change it, right?
And hopefully he can control his Hellions a little bit better, although to be fair, Terran Lord didn't seem to control his Hellions all that badly in that game. It was just that Ribeye was just really good with this speedling, splitting them up and everything. I've seen a lot of Diamonds who don't... I've seen a lot of players at Diamond or higher, even in Masters, who don't control anywhere near that well with their speedlings. That was really good.
Yeah,
I was very
really
impressed.
Good. I still think Terran Lord could have microed his Hellions to safety, or better at least. Losing that much in the early game was definitely not a good thing for him.
No, but in the end, it's like that's StarCraft, right? It's like both players. There's so many things, so many mini games in StarCraft that is a competition between both sides at really every level. So even like a grandmaster can just completely flub them when they're up against a superior player. That's something I find so interesting. Like I was trying for so long to learn the perfect counter to a cannon rush, but there isn't one. You've just got to outplay your opponent.
At least, oh yeah, like at least like raise the percentage of your anti-canning defense. As opposed
Exactly.
to,
You can have a good defense, but even so, like that's not going to beat a GM cannon rusher when
yeah,
I'm doing it. I've realized that from just that's going back to this game. That's the same with Hellions versus Speedlings, right? It's not like there's not some magic formula to always catch the Hellions or always get them away. It's just both sides need to do their best, and if you're up against someone who's better at it, then you might look bad. You might look worse than you are.
yeah.
I mean,
All
I'm
right.
sure we've all seen games where we looked like we're absolute trash because we're up against someone better than we are who just disrupted us at every turn.
Yeah, we always have that one game, or every few games or so, we had that one game where we just play horrible, play like bronze leaguer or something.
I realized that I would always play badly against high-level players and all my best games were against low-level players, and that's when I realized it's because the low-level players aren't doing anything to stop me.
Ah, yeah, I actually had
Like
that.
in
Actually had that problem a while ago, I think in the HOTS, where I would just like do well against higher level players and just lose to like a lower level players.
No, my problem was the opposite. I'd be like, against low-level players, it's like, oh, my adept pressure is working so well. Damn, I'm getting good at this game. No, it's because he's 500 MMR lower than you, mate. Of course it was gonna work. Only one Hellion on the way for Terran Lord
Yeah.
at the moment. He's getting a starport, and he's got a lot of gas, so I was thinking this could be a Liberator, but it's actually just a Viking. He's going for the same build as before, but his Hellions are a little out of sync, but he does have two Hellions and a Reaper getting some harass done here. They probably will get these Speedlings if the control is good, which it is so far. Snipes a couple of lanes, gets away. Roach Horn on the way for Lenny,
Oh, another roach
as well as
warren.
a very fast lair just finishing. I think this could be a Nidus. Look at all
Oh,
that gas.
yeah, my Nidus senses are tingling here.
Indeed, it's a strong build. I've used it before when I played Zerg. But we do have Stim on the way, but I don't think it's going to be done in time. I mean, but these Hellions, though, will snipe a lot of these Lings, which will take a bit of the fight out of this push. But he needs to get that Reaper in and scout what's going on. He should see no third base, and that should indicate, wait a minute, something is up. But Lenny's making more and more Lings, so I don't think he is actually going to make a Nidus for him. But if he does, it's going to be delayed. Lenny forced to make more and more Lings against this Hellion threat.
Oh, it looks like he's actually going for a third base now instead.
Yeah, and a
Interesting.
Liberator. Third base not so great against any sort of two-base play from Zerg, but Liberator probably going to be pretty good. And the Speedlings are chasing after these Hellions, and it looks like they will get them. All but one at least. Will they get the last one? Run home for safety terminal, but no, that does get caught. And the third base does go down, so it looks like Avrillani just wanted a fast lair. I'm not sure what for yet, probably for roach speed perhaps, but he does seem to have forgotten to get it. Or maybe because of all this, look at all this gas being mined, maybe he will go for Mutalisks and take those extra two gases.
Yeah, there's that chance where the Zerg will just go for mainly roaches, but then he will like add in a few mutas to force like turrets or maybe widow mines
He's
or
going
stuff.
for an infestation pit.
Oh,
He
interesting.
wants to go for very fast infestors, but did Terran Lord see that? He did.
Oh yeah, he
He's going to
does.
lose the Viking, but he will see the infestation pit and be like, what the hell is going on?
I think that's worth it. Viking to spot
Oh
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So this could either be for fast infestors or for fast hive.
Or maybe
I think it's going to be
actually
fast infestors.
maybe even swarm hosts.
Oh yeah, that could be it. Against Bio though, that's a bit of an iffy situation, but he could try it. And plus, I don't know if he's scouted. Lenny doesn't know if this is Bio or Mech, and Mech is very, very common these days, so this could be for but no, it is a hive and a spire. A 6-minute hive of 3 bases and 40 workers. I'm
Really
looking
fast
forward to
build
seeing
lords.
what Lenny does with this very fast builds. Maybe he's getting the spire, so I mean, I don't think you need a spire for Vipers, so I think this actually is just like a Broodlord rush.
All right, looks like he is investing a lot into this because that third base is still not saturated by the Zerg, our Zerg player here. Hellions going in and liberated at the same time. Oh, he's gonna lose that queen.
And the Hellions are just gonna get straight past these roaches. And they are gonna start sniping some drones. 4 go down, 5 in total. Doesn't get quite as many as he would like, but does get 6, which is not terrible. And the Liberator coming in.
Liberator come back in again. Oh, will he lose a queen? Oh, that was close.
Almost, but he does deny so much mining time here.
Yeah.
And we do have a single swarm host and 2 infestors on the way, so I think this is meant to be 3 infestors, but a bit of a misclick there. Even pros make that mistake, I saw that the other day.
Yeah.
One pro apparently had a signature single swarm host, I can't remember who it was. And 2 mutalisks. And a roach.
2 mutalisks, wow. What is this? What is this build?
I don't know. I
so
don't
weird.
like to be mean, but this might explain the win rate for Lenny. He doesn't really seem to know what to go for in this matchup, so apparently he's decided he's just going to go for everything.
Yeah.
How do you counter every unit, Snoopy?
I don't know, just go for every unit.
He needs some sort of Marine, Medivac, Marauder, Thor, Siege Tank, Liberator, Viking army to fend this off, and a Ghost, obviously. Pathogen glands on the way. Still no 4th base from Lenny, so Turnlord's starting to get a big economic lead.
Oh, here comes a Marine. Gets the oh man, gets the queen without transfuse there. Could have saved it. But
there's 2 mutalisks will go after this Medivac, but they actually have to back away. Turnlord could just unload and kill these 2.
Yeah.
And that looks like exactly what he's gonna do. Takes out one, the second one just gets away.
Just barely, just 4 life. Oh,
it's going back in. Lynx will get sniped, so will this Mutalisk, and he just backs away. Fungal misses.
Fungo just barely misses too.
Roaches shake their little clawed fists at the Medivac as it flees for safety.
I'm just like wondering like what Terran Lord is thinking when he just sees like a bunch of roaches, a Festus, and then just 1 swarm host and 2 meters. Like what? He's like, what am I supposed to? What is he doing? You know, like.
I would sure be confused, that's for sure.
Same here.
Yeah, okay. Things get so strange, you start questioning your own sanity. Like, what have I missed? Surely this can't be everything I'm scouting. I mean, admittedly, unconventional styles can be very useful just because of how unconventional they are. As we say, this a Medivac does get sniped because Terran Lord has no idea how to deal with this, like no preconceived notions on how to deal with this because he's never faced it before.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't blame him because I haven't even seen this before too. So
Terran Lord responds to, you know what, I'm just gonna go attack, and this is a pretty good response because Lenny has spent so much on these different techs and hasn't expanded very much that his economy is quite low, and it hasn't been able to get the kind of units that Terran Lord has, but this fungal could be nasty, and it is. Ooh, gets the second fungal goes off a little too early though.
Yeah.
These Medivacs are going to start healing these forces up, and there is a lot of energy on these Medivacs, so it won't be the killing blow that he was hoping for, but it is still going to make Terran Lord hesitate about going up this ramp. I know I would hesitate. So he's going to use the siege tanks to shell any infestors who try and get too close while he sends his army up this ramp. He does get a scan, and he sees this amalgamation of Zerg forces, but I just don't think it's going to be enough.
Nice
Excellent, beautiful fungal, and the Banelings come in.
I don't know if it's enough.
Will it be enough? It doesn't look like it. More and more units streaming across the map. There's just nothing left for Lenny. And his strange tech choice unable to quite bear fruit as the Great Aspire finishes.
Oh man. The Swarm Host dies. And GG by Lenny.
Tricked the Terran into staying home based on all the different techs he had. Not sure what would face him, but Terran's like, you know what, I'm just going to go kill you. Day 9 with the best advice. If your opponent's doing something really weird, just go kill him.
Just go kill him, right? Oh man. Alright, so it looks like Terran Lord has put Psionic up 2-0, so All In has to they're actually going to put in their first Masters player, so their fortunes could actually turn, and they could actually score their first win in this next game, but we'll shall see because Terran Lord has been playing pretty well against Zerg, so we'll see if they put in another Zerg.
We will indeed. What did chat say about this game?
The chat, let's see.
I feel like we're having trouble casting it just because we weren't sure what the hell was going on.
Yeah. Zetaling says that army seems quite small for Lenny.
Well, Zelling was right.
We do actually have a lot of people from All Inspiration in the chat right now, so
Welcome.
welcome.
So we have World is Doom, a Masters 1 player. Also a Zerg, but a much more formidable Zerg than the ones we've faced before. We'll have to see
Go
if
ahead.
World is Doom, with his suitably intimidating name, can bring this back.
Yep. Let's see let's see what his matchup percentage is. Oh wow, he's actually not a Zerg, but he is the Masters 1, so
45% versus Terran, but those are against Masters level opponents.
true. So Terran Lord has his work cut out for him.
And Battle on the Boardwalk will be the map chosen
Oh
for
man.
World is Doom. So that will be interesting. We'll have to see what he wants to do with that. No one picks this map without a plan.
No one.
If you pick this map, it's because you got something very specific in mind for it, or you have no choice. I'm kind of grateful to World is Doom for picking this map before any of our Protosses have to deal with it. Because PvZ, this map is awful. It's an unusual map in most matchups, but in PvZ it's just bad. I wouldn't mind it in PvT or PvP, but having two entrances to the natural is just so tough for the Protoss. Dealing with early link floods. It's hard enough to deal with it when you've only got one entrance. When you've got two, like, it's not an auto win, but it's so hard to hold.
Yeah. All right. Looks like we're here in our third game. It's going to be on Battled on the Boardwalk.
It is indeed, or Blackheart Bay, as I like to call it.
Blackheart Bay.
That's for you. That's for you Heroes of the Storm fans out there.
Ah, I see.
All three of you liked that joke. In the top left, representing All In, it is the Teal Zerg. It is World is Doom. And in the upper right, looking to be the first beneficent, perhaps, of this Doom, or perhaps averting world domination, it is the Orange Terran. It is Terran Lord. 2 games up, looking for a third, but he's going to have his work cut out for him. World is Doom immediately sending out a drone to the Terran's base.
Oh, he wants to be safe. Wants to know that there isn't no proxy barracks, as you can actually proxy some barracks and make some like mass reapers or something. So he just wants to
I
be
don't think
extra
this
safe.
is for safety, Snoopy. This is so early.
Oh,
You know what I think? I think he's going to put down a hatch at the Terran's natural.
that might be true. Oh, wait, actually, he's gonna go ahead into the main.
Yeah, it looks like it. He will just be throwing down that hatch at his own natural instead. Just being very safe against Cheese, I guess he is. Especially because he is up against a lower ranked player. So he thinks, alright, Boardwalk, lower ranked player. I want to make sure he's not cheesing me because that's by far the most likely way I lose this game.
Yeah, I mean, I like your idea though about him proxy hatchering. That would have been actually really nice.
Yeah, that's what I did think he was going to do because that just seemed such an early scout, even for safety. But it looks like he just wants to be very, very safe, and he could certainly afford the economic hit, given his MMR. Getting the gas, getting the pool, playing pretty standard so far.
Alright, looks like our Terran player is actually going to get Reaper, so he's going for that maybe the same build as last 2 games, as he has opened for Reaper like both times, so...
It looks like he's just content to do the same build each game, yeah. So we probably will see the factory momentarily.
Yeah, like you said
And there
before,
it is.
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. And there it goes. So we'll have to see if... I wonder if World is Doom was watching these games before. Knows what Terran Lord's going for, but even so, going for early Hellions is not exactly an Avileni style of misdirection. It's a pretty standard type of play, so World is Doom's probably seen it many, many times. Should be prepared. Reaper does come across the map, going across the boardwalk.
Oh,
One of the boardwalks. I'm not sure if that's the boardwalk or if the bottom areas are the boardwalks. Maybe they're both boardwalks. But then
maybe.
wouldn't it be Battle of the Boardwalks? Plural.
All
These
right.
are the questions, Snoopy. This is the A+ casting right here. What exactly does make something a boardwalk?
Yeah.
I guess it's boards you walk across, but are you supposed to walk across these bottom areas?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you guys in the chat knows what makes a boardwalk, let us know. All right, it looks like our Zerg player finishing up speed. So this Reaper actually might want to get to some safe ground soon. But he does spot the dirt by the Zerg player. Ooh.
So with Overlord speed almost completed, it seems very clear what World is Doom is doing. He wants to play a very, very safe game. He wants to scout exactly what Turn Lord is doing. He wants to be completely safe against any cheese, and Turn Lord's mixing it up. He's got a second factory, and he's
Yeah.
going for a I think he's going for a Hellbat Cyclone all in.
Oh yeah, I'm
Look at
thinking the
that.
same thing too.
He's going to put a reactor on there. He's getting an armory, so yeah, that's what this is. This is a Hellbat Cyclone push, but World is Doom with his speed Overlord is going to see everything.
This is
Actually,
ahead.
doesn't send it across to see the second factory
Oh, he doesn't see
just
it.
yet. He will now. He's sending it in a loop around the base, so he will see it very shortly.
Okay.
He's getting a Baneling next for safety, so he will be ready for this. Even so, you need good control to fend off Hellbat Cyclone with Lingbane Queen, and a lot of queens, which he is making now.
Yeah, that Cyclone Hellbat timing is actually really like strong and powerful. So you gotta prepare it for sure.
Yes, it certainly is. So we're going to have 4 Cyclones and 6 Hellbats out for Turn Lord as he's making even more Hellbats behind this. Like I said, this is going to be nasty. Roach 1 on the way, +1 weapons even on the way.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't think he should wait for them to be done. I think he should just go. As soon as he gets these 4 Cyclones out. Maybe 4 Cyclones, 8 Hellbats. And this is a quite well timed out. He's just going to go for this now. And there's really not that much left there to defend. Welder's Doom has not overdroned to his credit, making a lot of Banelings here. The Banelings need to connect on the Hellbats. That is what he needs to do in order to win this fight.
Oh, but
So we'll see if he manages it. Hellbats are being created. Cyclone's going a little bit in front. No, they choose to go in the back.
Oh,
Here come the Banelings. He does need to split. Can he Oh, the splits are good!
Oh!
He keeps some of the Hellbats alive, but there's still some of the Banelings alive as well. Welder's Doom forced to back away. So many Cyclones here, the Hellbat's kind of protected in the back line, killing all of these Zerglings. Oh man, this could actually be huge. The Baneling nest is being taken out. The Banelings, the Zerglings, beautiful splits from Terran Lord.
Beautiful split.
There's so many queens though, and now the Zerglings are coming around from behind. It looks like they will just fend this off in the end.
Oh my god, is he actually gonna do it? A bunch of Zerglings are across the map too.
Welder's Doom is going to hold. But only just, unless more Cyclones coming across the map. But these transfuses are really good. The Banelings getting some connection. Actually, oh my god, World is Doom forced back. Look at the supply!
Oh my god.
He's down to 16 workers! 4 Cyclones still alive, 2 Hellbats alive!
Second base actually
World is Doom! A Masters 1 might actually take it out by Turn Lord's push.
Oh
the
my
Natural
god.
is about to be forfeit. Zerglings are across the map, but they're not going to do the damage they need. Oh, they're actually just starting to get it done. But there's Hellions coming out at home.
Second base does go down.
Oh, Broodlings, Zerglings, Queens all combine to attack these Cyclones, but they just can't die.
Yeah.
All of the Queens are going to be forfeit.
Oh my god.
World of Doom has nothing left. Unbelievable move from Terran Lord. Those splits were amazing.
Yeah, those splits were definitely amazing. Wow.
I would not have believed this was a diamond player. Oh my god. There is a lot of economic damage being done at home. Those Hellions just sort of sitting there, and who can blame him? Terran Lord is concerned with more important things, getting this kill. He's getting +2 weapons. He's going to snipe this spawning pool. There will be nothing but roaches to come out, and roaches are terrible against Cyclones, especially with that upgrade.
Man, like I said, this push is so strong. It's definitely a hard push. Even if you scout it, you got to prepare like the right way.
You got to have great control, and in the end, Terran Lord just stymied the efforts of the Banelings.
And the Lings in his base is cleaned up, so
The drones are retreating, but there's nowhere for them to go. They're going to the third base, but more and more Hellions come and Hellbats streaming across the map. This is the last ditch, and GG, Terran Lord takes the game!
wow. His
Oh my god.
Terran Lord's TVZ is on fire right now.
Unbelievable. What an upset.
That is a truly upset. I think Terran Lord is he's D1, Diamond 1, or no, Diamond 2.
Diamond 2. He was Diamond 1 in the past.
Oh, okay.
But he's Diamond 2 right now.
But still,
yeah,
that's
that was like an 800 MMR difference.
Yeah, I guess like you were saying earlier in the clan war that we all had that one game where we just play really badly, and we just died to like low level players, and I think this is it.
The thing is though, I don't think World of Doom even played all that badly. Terran Lord just like, his timing was good, his timing was on point. I've done that timing before, and that's when you're supposed to hit it.
Yeah.
And then he split up the Hellbats really well against the Banelings.
And he had Go ahead.
And like, World of Doom was in a really bad position with the Queens. What would have been probably been better if he'd sort of, you know, that really narrow entrance to Battle of the Boardwalk, if he'd fought there. But as it was, all the Queens were sort of trapped behind his own Banelingness, which really hurt him.
Oh, yeah.
And one little mistake like that's all it took, but make no mistake, Lord of Terrans took full advantage of that little mistake.
For sure. And also, his World of Doom is also had a bunch of Zerglings across the map killing the rocks. Could definitely have used that to help in the defense.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't too. We were saying in the beginning of the game, like Terran Lord had his hands full with against World of Dooms, but wow, he actually managed to pull it off.
Yeah.
Oh, Sushi actually says Terran Lord is Diamond 1 on EU, so yeah, he's Diamond 1.
Oh, there you go.
Alright.
So even so, though, beating a Masters 1,
that is
a very strong feat.
Yeah, and now all inspiration is now down to the last Masters. So this is pretty much their ace player, and we'll see if he can. Go ahead.
All you Protosses out there will be glad to see we've got a TVP this time around.
Ah, nice.
And all of you who are just a bit tired of TVZs. Although, how could you be? These have been some great games. We've had a standard TVZ, a weird as hell TVZ, and then a strong all-in. We've had a nice variety of TVZs today. It hasn't just been the same thing every game. Which, say what you will about TVZ, I think it can get repetitive sometimes. I don't mind because it's such a great matchup, especially when the pros do it, that you get things going around all the time. But often you do see the same thing happen very often. But not today.
Oh, I think Snow just entered the lobby, did he?
I didn't see, but
I saw him in the lobby.
While you check that, okay. I think you have to pause it, do you?
I can't pause it.
No, neither can I. I guess we'll just have to go with it.
Alright.
In the upper left, spawning for the Orange Terran. Yeah, spawning as the Orange Terran. 3 kills under his belt. Looking for one more to get the all kill. It is Terran Lord. And in the bottom right, looking to stop this Lord of Terrans, whose title seems deserved right now, it is the Purple Protoss, it is Drumhead. Will Terran Lord have the same luck in PvT? Not the same luck, the same victory, the same success in TVP as he has in TVZ. There hasn't been luck there. Terran Lord's just been playing really well.
Yeah.
Probe going across the map to scout what it can scout. The Neon Violet Square, a very big map, very hard to push across. Very macro intensive map a lot of the time. I wonder what Terran Lord's going to do here. What do you think?
Alright, well, we haven't seen him go for play in the PvT yet, so actually we don't know his build order for this, but I mean, if Drumhead was a Zerg player, we would actually have a good idea, but I actually haven't seen Terran Lord's TVP as much, so.
Neither am I, and I'll be quite interested to see what he does, especially since I may end up facing him in a tournament one of these days.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are like maybe around the same ballpark in terms of skill level, I think. So yeah, you might
Pretty
actually.
much. I'm a Master 3 and he's a Diamond 1, but he's a Diamond 1 on EU and I'm hovering at Diamond 1 MMR right now, so we are probably pretty similar.
Yeah, so definitely can meet him and play against him in the future for sure. Terran Lord actually gonna go in with the scout. See that there is pretty much a standard build, nothing too crazy going on. Um, we'll see what techie Drumhead actually goes for as soon as he cleans up this SEV.
I'm just gonna say, I love how the aesthetic for all three races is so different. Like having seen TVZ for a few games and now seeing the just the buildings and such of the Protoss, it
Yeah,
strikes me just how different it
like
all is.
the feel is different also.
Yeah, I really like it. You got the mechanical, sort of higher tech humans, but also a bit scrappy. Versus the biological Zerg versus the super high tech ancient, clean as a whistle Protoss.
Yeah.
Terran are kind of like, hey, I don't care about cleaning my buildings, right? I've seen some shit. They'll get clean when we're not trying to have bloody Zerlings eating our faces, right?
Yeah, and
Meanwhile, the
also
Protosses are like doing their daily ablutions, and Terran's like, yeah, well, that must be real nice for you, mate. We can't like float like you can, or respawn on ire when we die, or make side blades come out of our hands. We just got good old-fashioned firepower and
good
enough
human
armor to
race.
kill any lesser man. Like even the Marines, these light units, they have so much armor.
Oh
They
yeah,
basically have like full plate armor on.
yeah. They have a
The
nice.
Marauders probably wear some sort of bodysuit just to carry their armor around.
Oh yeah, their bodysuits must weigh a ton. Like they look heavy.
Yeah. Like I said, they must have like some kind of strength enhancement thing just to carry that armor around because it must weigh like 100 kilos, 200 pounds.
Yeah. Oh, we do got a good scan by Terran Lord. Sees all the tech. Sees there is a chrono on the Twilight. Probably doesn't know if it's stalkers or a death, but I think based on his Reaper Scout, he probably can't expect Blink being researched.
Blink is certainly the most common early game thing to go for, and now we'll have to see if Drumhead wants. He's making more stalkers, so he might want to get aggressive with this, but it looks like it is a pretty just a defensive build. Just wants to sit back, handle whatever it is that Eternal's going to throw at him, and it looks like Drumhead's going to take this third base. He's going
Yeah.
to make a pylon there. He's going to take this third pretty much instantly.
Stalkers are in
Um,
position, but not exactly. But they are in the in base, so they can definitely help defend. So Terran Lord is actually gonna have to fly in at the correct time, which he's about to do. And let's see how this goes.
Ooh,
Oh,
good drop. Catches units out of position. Widowmine does burrow, but it's not going to catch anything. It might catch one probe, and it does. Bit of a wasted shot there, unfortunately, but
oh,
good
Blink
positioning.
does.
Ooh, and Blink. Is he going to get this? No, not quite, but he will have to leave behind the Widowmine, and Terran Lord now knows Blink is done. He's got a tech lab on his factory, but it is very late, so he's not going to be able to do any sort of siege tank push. So I'd like to see him take the third, maybe in that in-base third if he doesn't feel safe taking it elsewhere. He's going to need to match Drumhead economically if he wants to continue on in this game, and I don't think he can kill Drumhead in the next couple of minutes. He can keep trying to drop, but that's really risky with Blink Stalkers around.
And with Observer
And the Blink
too.
Stalkers are actually moving across the map to get some harassment done. There will be a siege tank done just in time to fend this off, though, so I don't think that he's going to commit. Though Stim's only just now started, so if Drumhead knew this, he might be able to get some damage done. But yeah, siege tank is on the way. Oh, but it's going the long way around. It might not be here in time. Has to go all the way around that base, all the way around the mineral line.
Oh man.
So there's going to be some snipes on these supply depots going down. Probably not going to deal crippling damage unless he moves forward, which I don't think he will. But oh, could this engineering bay actually go down? Because that would be really, really big for Drumhead. He's going to go for it. And the siege tank isn't in position to defend against it. This +1 is going to be denied.
Oh, there is a counterattack
that's so
though.
terrible for Terran Lord.
He loses his +1, but he does have a counterattack. Kills the 2 sentries, and I think some probes. 5 probes going down.
Yeah, you are right. I think these medivacs are going to go. This medivac is going to go down in the end, though. Oh, we'll get that Stalker, not quite. The shield battery saves it. He's gonna just retreat away with the medivac. And no, he doesn't. He miscontrols that. And that will be forfeit. So
Yeah.
not a great opening for Terran Lord. Drumhead defending very well and attacking very well as well. 2 engineering bays going up in the main base for Terran Lord
Yeah.
to try and catch up.
And also his Terran Lord's third base is really late right now. He's morphing into orbital, but he has yet to drop it. So kind of.
+1 is only just now starting for the Protoss, so at least Terran Lord won't be ridiculously far behind in upgrades, and he does have stim, so he might go out for a push.
Oh yeah.
Scanning his own army for observers. I think he's going to go out with these two tanks and these stim marines and try and get some damage done.
I mean, this is probably his best timing as he's up really ahead in the army. Well, I guess all of a sudden now is tied up in army supply, so probably not the best.
There is only 1 immortal and charge. Actually, charge is done. So with charge and blink, I don't think this push would actually achieve anything if you tried it.
Yeah.
The blink stalker is going to try and do some more harass on this third base, but with 2 siege tanks already in position, I don't think this is going to achieve anything.
Ooh.
And it will actually lose 2 stalkers, but does get a stim that wasn't necessary. But there's plenty of energy on these medivacs. They will be able to heal up the marines. +1/+1 on the way for both sides. A little faster for the Protoss, especially since the Protoss has Chrono Boost on his side. But the biggest story is that it's 48 workers to 68. Drumhead is taking a 4th base already. He's got that economic lead. He's taking expansions a lot faster than the Terran player is. And his army is going to be real scary as the game goes on. He's getting a Templar Archives for Storm now. Terran Lord needs to tech up, get some of those like Liberators. I'd like to see a lot of Liberators out of him. That's probably his best bet for winning this game.
Yeah, I think when Terran is behind like this, you can always try to get back into the game if you just mass Liberators and get a great engagement. You can definitely swing the game like that.
He does have 4 siege tanks, so he's going to try and push out. Charge and blink are done, but there aren't that many more. Oh no!
Oh.
2 minivacs get sniped. As these, and a siege tank is going to get sniped as well. Oh man, that's really bad for Terran Lord. He's pulling SCVs, trying to get something done with these Marauders and Marines. He has to push, and he has to push now because SCVs are starting to go down. He is scanning. He's going to get into a good position with these siege tanks, but there's so many Immortals. Force fields go down. Charge lots all die. He's pushing forward.
Can he actually do this?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think he's getting too thinned out. He needs to go back to the safety of his siege tanks. He does get this Immortal. He needs to back away. Terran Lord so far behind in supply, but a lot of this is army supply. That some of this army supply isn't in the fight. 2 Stalkers will go down as they recall back to the main base, to the third base, as Drumhead needs every unit here to defend. Siege tanks in a good position. Stalkers get sniped. He's moving forward. The Immortals, the charge lots, there's so little left. Terran Lord kiting back, letting the tanks do their work. But he has so little bio, he's trying to leapfrog these tanks forward towards this natural nexus. Can he do it? This is his one chance. He's double the worker supply for Drumhead. If he does not get this done now, he's going to lose this game.
Oh my god. 4 Immortals though.
Just a handful of Marauders trying to push forward, but the Drumhead's just staying back. He will snipe an Immortal. Trying to lure these units into range of these devastating siege tanks.
He's gonna have
and he will.
life.
Immortal's taking a lot of damage, but there is an Archon left, which is going to do so much splash damage. Drumhead is breaking through.
Flank.
Oh, and great flank with charge lots, and that will be it.
Yeah, that will be
Drumhead will fend off the attack, and now has a huge economic and army lead. Terran Lord fighting his hardest, but I just don't see him taking this one.
Drumlord even getting a 4th base during that fight, so he's felt
5th base. Actually, he's got a 4th base back naturally. It's 5 bases to 3, or 4 bases to 3, about to be 5 to 3.
Yeah.
Storm is done. High Templar on the way. Charge lots, Immortals, Storm. Drumhead's just going to push across the map and win this, but by God did Terran Lord give it a good shot. Really made us think he might have it for a second there.
Yeah, he gave it his all.
Almost got the all kill, and no one can complain about our first player taking out 2 diamonds and a master.
For sure. Terran Lord's going to go ahead and load up a medevac, try to get a drop going, as that's probably the only way for Terrans to get back to the game. Stalker, I mean,
But Drumhead
Protoss.
knows this and he's got 3 cannons in
Oh, three
position.
cannons drop into the cannon. That's unfortunate.
Oh yeah, he moved it away, so he was babysitting it, but he sort of probably should have just retreated fully. He may get a probe or two, but get 1 probe for that medivac full of units is not a good trade. Not a good trade at all.
Indeed.
It's like selling the cow for those magic beans.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the inevitable right now at this point.
This time the magic beans don't work because the giant's castle is full of cannons. And they shoot Jack off the beanstalk. And he dies in shame. What I'm saying is it wasn't a good trade for Terran.
Yeah.
I'm a colourful caster, what can I say?
Alright.
It's a craft, Snoopy. It's a craft.
For sure.
Taking out these rocks, Drumhead is moving across the map. Wanting to make sure his push is free and clear of obstructions as he starts 3-3. He's got 2-2. Both sides have 2-2. So that is one thing for Terran Lord, but he is so far behind in supply. And he's kind of behind in tech as well. He's starting to get these Liberators out, but there's not many. It's almost all just Marine and Marauder. Whereas he needs a lot of Liberators. He even needs Ghosts at this stage of the game, I'd say.
Yeah.
And this is just going to charge in, and it's just so much Protoss. So many Zealots, so many Immortals, so many Stalkers. The Liberators just can't do it. There's only a couple of them. They will get taken down. And that will be GG from Terran Lord. And Drumhead takes the first game of the series.
Alright, well done by Drumhead. Gets the awe inspiration, the first point on the scoreboard, and we'll see.
Saves him from the all kill, and we'll see how he goes against Snowy, a fellow Protoss.
Alright, so Snowy is going to be our second diamond.
He will, and I'll be right back.
Alright.
Actually, I'll wait for the game to... I'll wait for the invite to go out.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I might hold up the game from starting, and I don't want to do that. And Snowy's already in the party, so...
Yeah, that's true. So don't have to invite him. Just saying it's his map choice, so let's see what Snowy chooses as his next map. We have played on Battle of the Boardwalk. We have played on Odyssey, right?
Yep,
And
we played on Neon Violet Square just
Yeah,
now, and
Violet
I believe
Square,
we played on Ascension, so we've got Abyssal, Catalyst, and Blackpink to go.
Alright.
I'm
Okay.
always the one who has to keep track of these things. It is difficult, I admit, to keep track of them.
Yeah.
Abyssal and Catalyst, the last 2 maps, because Blackpink has been chosen. Let's see if we need to go to those maps.
Oh yeah, that's true. There's currently 3-1, so All In is still on their last player. So
Psyx will be on match point for the remainder of this series.
oh hey, November's in the chat. Welcome, November. She says, I can't believe there's no all kill. We were all hoping for an all kill because that would have been cool, but hey, can't be mad at Terran Lord. He got 3 games, so
We can't all cheese our way to victory in November.
slight dig there.
Some of us have to macro for a living.
Alright, so we have our players both in the lobby.
I'll just head AFK after this game.
Oh, okay, alright.
Here's a PvP on Blackpink. How long can it really go for?
We might see a cannon rush by Snowy. Let's see.
I don't think so, not on Blackpink. It's like the worst map in the map pool for cannon rushes.
Oh, there is that area where you can actually like wall yourself with 3 pylons, but I think
Yeah, but the distance from there to the Nexus is just so big.
Yeah.
It's not just about whether you can wall off, it's about how fast you can get to the Nexus. You can get to the Nexus in like two runs on Ascension to Io. You just make a cannon, then you make 3 more cannons, and then you're there.
Yeah.
Blackpink, like if you look at that distance, it's just so huge.
Yeah, that's true.
In the bottom left, representing Psionic Aftermath, looking to bring this to match point, it is Snowy. And in the top right, representing all inspiration, stopping the Lord of Terrans, looking to get the all-kill reverse sweep and bring himself into the annals of history. It is Drumhead. At least a history that, like, a couple of people were like, hey, you remember that time that happened? Drumhead would be like, yeah, that was pretty cool. In the end, isn't that what we all dream of?
Yep. I dream. Alright,
Both sides going for pylon and gate, both sides falling off, as they should against Depths.
As you were saying, so no cannon rushes on this game.
But fast scouts on both sides both look like they're just going to be scouting because they have the pretty much identical pathways, neither of them veering off to the left or right to throw down a proxy. Both of them just going for early gateway scouts to make sure their opponent isn't up to anything tricky. Where's the trust, Snoopy? Used to be you could just leave your front ramp unlocked.
I know, right?
Didn't have to scout your neighbors. Nowadays,
didn't have to worry about depths. You just count on the mothership core to defense, but these days
exactly. They were simpler times. The probe just came over to the base to say howdy, neighbor. Nowadays, they're just looking around for cheeses and such. Can't trust anyone. Someone says, don't cheese me, bro. Then they proxy gate you.
Oh man, that's the worst. Alright, so both players going for pretty much the same build. Looks like Drumhead is actually gonna go ahead and just park his probe out the natural. But he should
just to deny any expansion from coming up before the Protoss gets units out. If you try to go for a 0-unit expand, that will just get denied. I like to throw up a pylon at that natural just so that I know when the Protoss is expanding. I actually won a game against a random the other day. He just kept building adepts and attacking the pylon, so I just sent my stalkers across the map.
Oh, oh, it looks Snowy is actually gonna get a Stargate, so he's opening Stargate. And sending adepts
into Stargate. I have a lot of trouble with this build myself.
Facing it or doing it?
Both actually.
Oh,
I never do it because I suck at it, but all of my opponents are just multitasking gods compared to me.
You need a lot of APM for this, as you're trying to harass with the adepts and also make the aura go.
And I am snail toss. I got like 150 APM in a game once, and I was stoked.
Oh, no probes to block this adept, so these adepts can actually get into the mineral line.
Oh yeah, they will get quite a lot of damage done. There's no shield battery, not that it matters. With good focus fire, a shield battery does nothing against one-shotting probes. 3 probes going down already, 4. Great damage by Snowy, oh my goodness. And that's why you always have a probe there to wall off, kids.
7 probes, this is devastating. 8 probes. Oh.
Do not try this at home. Drumhead, at a massive disadvantage. See, this looks a lot like how my PvPs go. Like, I usually fend off the first wave of adepts, it's the second wave that gets me. But the saving grace for Drumhead is that Snowy is late on his stalkers, which means actually with 3 stalkers coming across the map and no shield battery, this could be just devastating. The Oracle may need to be home to defend, and this pylon is just going to stay alive for such a long time. Oh man, Snowy, you need to keep building units while this is happening. This is why I don't do this build myself, because it's so difficult to do it in macro at home. 3 stalkers to 2 is really bad. He's going to retreat up the ramp, just abandon this base for now. Not take the natural, just accept the lack of mining time. Lose the pylon.
This pylon is actually buying him time for some units to defend. Oh,
but we do have an Oracle here, and there's nothing to defend it.
Oh yeah, Stalkers across the map. More probes
going down.
Oh my
god, the shield battery is just too late. 8 probes going down. Oh god.
Oh, he can
this is giving me flashbacks, Snoopy. There's 11 workers left for Drumhead. 11.
Oh man. The shield battery.
The stalkers are on their way back, but it's too late. The probes are gonna be like, why did you leave us?
Now down to 11 probes. Wow.
13 workers killed. He's killed more workers than Drumhead has left. It is 2 bases to 1, but at some point that ceases to matter. As Drumhead makes a Twilight Council and Snowy looks to expand himself.
Yeah, what's the point of
I'm pretty sure he will retain this worker lead.
I mean, I was
and he may just go and attack shortly.
Yeah, I mean, like, or actually maybe he could just macro up, like, if he's...
He could do either one. Drumhead is so far behind at this point. And Drumhead pretty much has to stay back, unless the Oracles come back in and slaughter everything he's got.
Yeah, and Drumhead, since he's behind, is actually getting a maybe. Oh no, he's actually going for charge, but he could have actually gotten maybe DTs as like his saving grace, because when you're behind, Dark Shrine.
And that would have been a pretty good move considering that he knows that Drumhead went for a Stargate, not a Robo. But Snowy's just moving out.
Yeah.
Got the Stalkers, got the Phoenixes, got the Oracle. They're probably just going to send the Oracle into the main and pick up everything at the natural, or maybe even not. Like, look at that. Look at the army. There's nothing at the natural. There's only 4 Stalkers and Sentries. Drumhead's spending all this money on trying to get back into this game. Economically, he's not prepared for this push.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be all over. Dark Shrine is on the way, but it's not going to be fast enough. Snowy just needs to go, and go now.
Go, Snowy.
And have detection home.
Oh, he's going in now, and there's nothing to defend at the natural. This natural, I think, is gonna go down here.
Absolutely. Snowy could just go straight up to the main if he wanted to. This Dark Shrine, though, this could end up in a very weird place, this game. Because this Dark Shrine is coming and there's no detection.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Is there an Oracle? Did the Oracle go down? Let's take a look at
the Oracle went
down. The Oracle is dead. There is no
detection
units. Taking out this pylon needs to use the Phoenixes.
He can't warp in DTs.
Oh my god. No, there is a single gateway.
Oh, there's a
single gateway with the proxy, but he's supply blocked.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
Needs to pick up these sentries in order to prevent them from force fielding. Pushes up the ramp. The sentries are down. Pylons are made. Dark Templar is on the way. Will be warped in offensively. No detection at all. Forge on the way for Snowy. But in the end, if this comes down to a base trade, obviously Snowy... Oh, there's a Dark Templar. There's a Dark Templar being warped in defensively, starting to snipe at the units of Snowy. But he's just gonna... He doesn't care. He's gonna say, alright, go for it. Kill a few of my units. I'm gonna kill your Nexus. I'm gonna stop you from ever warping in anything ever again.
Oh my god, this is gonna be crazy.
Cannons are on the way for Snowy. He's going to take out all of these probes. He doesn't even care if he loses a lot of his army. Probes are fighting off the line. 2 Dark Templar chewing through this. I'd like to see Snowy back away at this point, actually. He's got the Nexus.
Oh,
the probes can't do anything.
2 Oracles are out.
But all of these Stalkers are going to go down. Snowy isn't running away. But at the same time, the army supply is still heavily in favor of Snowy. Look at the supply. Drumhead, GG's! Snowy takes the game and it is a 4-1. For Psyx, the Diamonds taking out the Masters.
Another upset, wow.
Look at that APM. I am vindicated in my own slow APM. What a match. I did not expect it to go this fast. But Lord of Terrans and Snowy proving themselves a formidable team.
Alright, Riser just thanking us.
And that's it. The Lord of Terrans and Snowy proving that the Diamonds of Psyx are a formidable force. And I tell you, I'm not as eager to face Lord of Terrans in a tournament as I once was.
Yeah. Well,
he did lose his TVP, but it was quite close.
Yeah, that was quite close. Anyways, wow. So we have both our Diamonds getting the Psionic Aftermath the 4-1 win. So congrats to Psyx, and thanks for All In for playing the clan war with us.
Oh yeah, thanks very much. It was a great clan war all in all. Got to see a great variety of builds, some great Terran play, some great Protoss play.
Yeah, we saw our races.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
All races more than once.
Yeah.
Not all matchups, unfortunately, but that wouldn't have been possible anyway with the best of 7.
Yeah.
And glad to see that All In was very well organized. Everything got started pretty much on time. We had no delays between games. That's always really good.
Yeah, that's always really good.
It's a rare commodity. And thank you very much, All In, for just being great. Strong clan, but wasn't there day to day.
Yeah. So anyways, thanks to all the viewers. If you haven't yet, follow us at our Twitch channel. Just click on the follow button. We do have a lot of events coming up, including a Validity Star League match, Clan War on Saturday. against Jamit. And
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
yeah, and we also have a lot of in-house tournaments as well, and so yeah, just feel free to follow us. Anyhow, do you have any last words for our viewers here?
I think you've pretty much said it all. So thanks to everyone. Feel free to follow the stream if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys next time. Bring you more great events.
All right, good night. Have a good night, everybody. GG's.